Imagine taking, say, just a quick selfie and turning it into a professional ad, or maybe bringing a rough sketch you did to life, making it look totally real just with a few words.
Yeah, it sounds like science fiction almost.
Right. Well, here we are, mid-September 2025, and everyone seems to be buzzing about Google's latest AI thing, Nano Banana.
Mm-hmm.
You've probably seen those incredible videos on YouTube. So today, on the deep dive, we're going to unpack what's really going on. Notebook LM helped us synthesize our sources so we can figure out how this powerful new tool could actually revolutionize your creative work, maybe even your professional stuff. Welcome to the deep dive. This is where we take all those sources, pull out the really important bits, and basically give you a shortcut to, being genuinely clued in.
And our mission today is digging into Nano Banana, Google's latest image generation, and maybe more importantly, editing AI.
Okay, editing. So that's the key differentiator.
It seems to be, yeah. What's fascinating here is that Nano Banana, that's the code name, the official one is Gemini 2.5 Flash Image Preview. It's being talked about as possibly the most powerful image editing model out there right now.
Yo! Okay.
The benchmarks suggest it's outperforming others, especially, like you said, in that editing piece and keeping the context. So we'll look at how it manages that, how you can actually use it, and honestly, some pretty unexpected ways people are applying it already.
All right, let's get into it. So Nano Banana, the code name for a Gemini 2.5 Flash Image Preview. It generates images, but its superpower is editing existing ones with amazing consistency. Is that the gist?
That's a great way to put it. Consistency is the magic word here.
So the big question then, how do people get their hands on this thing? Is it locked away somewhere?
Actually, no, that's the interesting part. The main way in is Google AI Studio, and that's completely free.
Agree. Okay, that's huge.
It is. Now, there are some extra features if you have a paid Google Gemini account.
Mm-hmm.
And it first popped up on Ella Marina, the AI testing site.
Oh, right, yeah.
Offering like quasi-unlimited use for a bit. And for developers, the API is already out. So Google's clearly pushing for wide adoption.
And just to stress that point, a lot of the really cool stuff we're about to talk about, you can access for free.
Which is pretty democratic, really. Absolutely. It lowers the barrier to entry significantly.
Okay, let's talk about one of its biggest strengths you mentioned, retaining context. What does that actually mean in practice?
It means it sort of remembers the soul of the image, you could say, even when you make big changes.
Give me an example.
Okay, imagine you upload a selfie, just a normal picture of you. You ask it, make me look angry.
Right.
It doesn't just like paste an angry mouth on. It keeps your face, your wrinkles, any moles, even your specific haircut, it all stays. Then you can say, okay, now make me happy and add a straw hat.
And it still looks like me, just happy with a hat.
Exactly. All those core details remain perfectly consistent. It's quite something to see.
Okay, that's already impressive, but you said you can push it further.
Oh, yeah. The sources we looked at describe things like, okay, take that same selfie. Now add my dog next to me on a beach in the Bahamas.
Seriously?
Seriously. And then maybe even add like tiny details. Put sunglasses on the dog. And Nano Banana integrates it all. It matches the lighting, the perspective, keeps it looking real, not just stuck on.
Wow, that's getting pretty sophisticated.
It even handles multiple input images.
Yeah.
There was one example combining like pictures of two fictional people with the user's own selfie, and then placing all three of them into a jungle scene. Yeah. And the prompt even added, with a hidden tiger in the bushes.
Whoa, and it worked.
It did. It blended everyone, kept them looking consistent, and tucked that tiger away subtly. Shows it can handle complex compositions.
And if it messes up a bit, because AI isn't perfect.
Right. Not always perfect first try. You just hit rerun.
Yeah.
Simple as that. Maybe takes 2 or 3 goes sometimes, the sources said, but it's incredibly fast.
So quick iteration.
Exactly. And you could tweak things conversationally, like add a spotlight on that character or change the photo angle slightly. You just talk to it.
Like having a conversation with a digital photo editor. Okay, let's shift to practical uses. Professionals. E-commerce came up.
Yeah, the potential there is immense. Think about it. Instead of those expensive photo shoots with mannequins,
which always look a bit generic.
Right. You upload your t-shirt design, upload a photo of yourself, and bam, Nano Banana creates images of you wearing that shirt.
Front, back, side views?
Front, profile, back views, yeah. It saves potentially hours of photography, studio costs. It could really level the playing field for smaller businesses.
That's a massive deal. What about marketing, advertising?
Similar impact. The sources showed creating a professional product pack shots, those clean product photos.
Yeah, on a plain background.
Exactly, from just a basic phone photo. It adds nice soft lighting, removes background clutter automatically, Then you can say change the color, rotate it slightly, add this slogan, all just by typing.
Okay, that saved a ton of graphic design time.
For sure.
Yeah.
There was this one really striking example merging two separate images, a bottle of Prime drink and a photo of Carlos Alcaraz, the tennis player.
Right.
And it generated a promo shot of him holding the bottle. Didn't get it perfect first time, apparently, but the potential for creating quick, impactful marketing visuals is just crystal clear.
Okay, I can see that. And for content creators, bloggers, YouTubers, social media folks.
Oh, it's a potential game changer there too. Need an infographic? Just describe what you want, maybe feed it some text. Or take an old graphic template and tell it to give it a fresh look, but keep your brand style.
Maintaining brand style, that's key.
Definitely. Or get this. You have a story idea for a manga. You sketch your main character, upload the sketch, give it the story prompt.
And draws the manga page.
It generates a multi-panel manga page.
Yeah.
Adapting your sketch character into different poses and scenes, but keeping them looking like the same character.
That's incredible. Giving life to drawings, essentially.
Exactly that phrase was used. Give life to a drawing. You could sketch, say, the Eiffel Tower or a basic city outline, and it turns it into a realistic photo, or even an animation, using other tools like VO2.
Bridging that gap from rough idea to finished visual.
Precisely. And then there's just the personal fun side.
Yeah.
Modernizing old, faded photos.
Yeah.
Turning yourself into a little toy figurine.
Okay.
Or a comic hero, a FIFA player card look-alike, even like a character from a 90s sitcom, complete with the set and the clothes.
That sounds addictive.
Totally. The sources even mention it removing watermarks by generating a clean version with a transparent background. Useful if you've lost the original.
Oh, okay. And it handles text, too.
Yeah, transforming 2D things like house plans into 3D visualizations. Super useful for architects or real estate. And, impressively, it can edit text on existing images, like changing a shop sign or maybe translating the text on a YouTube thumbnail.
That level of specific editing used to need Photoshop skills.
And time. Lots of time.
So this leads to building custom tools. You mentioned you can create apps within Google AI Studio without coding.
That's right. A lot of the time, no code needed. It opens up app creation to, well, almost anyone.
But why would you build an app instead of just using the main interface?
Good question. It's for repetitive tasks. Let's say you always need social media visuals for LinkedIn, X, Instagram, all based on your company logo.
Okay.
Instead of doing it manually each time, you build a little app. Upload logo, pick the platform, maybe choose a color palette, hit go, and it generates all the tailored visuals, maybe even suggests slogans. It just automates your specific workflow.
Streamlining. Makes sense.
There's another cool example. An app where you upload one photo of yourself, and it generates images of you across different decades, like in 1900, 1950, 2000, even projecting into 2100.
Just from one photo. That's wild.
Right. And you could save these apps, share them with colleagues. It's about making the AI work for your specific repeated needs.
Okay, so it's incredibly powerful. But like any tool, there must be best practices, right? Ways to get the best results.
Absolutely. The sources consistently advise making changes one step at a time.
Don't try to do too much at once. Why?
You risk confusing it. Getting those hallucinations, we talked about weird artifacts, things you didn't ask for, or it just loses the plot, forgets the original context.
Okay, one change, then check, then the next change.
Pretty much. Yeah. And also, if an edit goes wrong, don't keep trying to fix it in the same chat thread.
Why not?
It's often better to just go back to the last version that looked good and start a new conversation from there. The AI can get stuck on the error sometimes, lose the context from earlier in the thread.
Right, start fresh with the last good state. Got it. And prompting, precision matters, I assume.
Hugely. Prompt engineering is key. There was this acronym mentioned, CRYSTAL, as a kind of checklist.
Crystal. Okay, break that down.
Sure. C is for context and composition. So where's the scene? What's the camera angle or perspective?
Yeah.
R is the role of the subject. Who or what is it? What are they doing? What key details define them?
Makes sense. I
for intentional style. Are you going for realism, painterly, sci-fi, a specific historical era?
Right. S and L.
Sonography and light. Think about the mood, the overall ambiance, what message you're feeling, how's it lit? Dramatic, soft.
Okay.
T is for tints and palettes. What colors should dominate? Warm tones, cool tone.
Nearly there. A
for appearance and detail. Textures, image quality. How realistic should it look? Photoreal, stylized.
And the final L.
L is for limitations. Crucially, what should it not include? If you want to avoid text or make sure nothing's blurry, telling it what not to do can be just as important.
That's a really useful framework. Crystal, any other quick tips?
Yeah, one directly from Google's training. Be explicit about deleting. Instead of saying, replace the hat with a cap, it's better to say, delete the hat and add a cap.
Ah, okay. 2 distinct steps for the AI.
Seem to work more reliably, avoids weird hat-cap hybrids, and currently, English prompts tend to give better results than, say, French, although they're working on improving other languages.
Good to know. Okay, so we've got this amazing editing tool. Does this mean tools like MidJourney, which are famous for pure image generation, are obsolete? Or Sora for video?
That's a really important question. And the answer seems to be no. It's not about replacement. It's about synergy.
Synergy? How so?
MidJourney is still seen as incredible for generating those initial, often stunningly artistic, raw images, like raw diamonds, as one source put it.
Like a starting point.
Right. Whereas Nano Banana and also Sora to some extent, their real strength is that conversational editing. Taking an image, maybe one from MidJourney, and then tweaking it precisely, changing angles, styles, adding details, all while keeping characters and environments consistent.
So you'd use them together?
Exactly. The optimal workflow might look like. Start in MidJourney for that creative spark, that raw diamond. Then bring that image into Nano Banana or Sora for the detailed, context-aware editing. Maybe zoom in for a close-up on someone's eye or change the lighting.
And then maybe animate it.
Yeah, potentially then take those edited stills or sequences into an AI video tool like Kling, or even back into MidJourney for some types of animation. It's about building a creative pipeline using the best tool for each step.
A toolkit approach.
Precisely. And the sources definitely highlighted that different tools just have different strengths. Sometimes Nano Banana nails something Sora can't, or vice versa.
Like the swordfish example.
Yeah, exactly. One user couldn't get Sora to give them the right frontal view of a swordfish, but Nano Banana did it easily. It just proves that having access to multiple tools is probably the best strategy right now. No single AI is king of everything.
That makes sense. Even with video, you mentioned tools like Kling are great, but transitions can be tricky.
Right. Generating individual clips is one thing, but making them flow together smoothly is still a challenge. People use editing tricks like speed jumps or cut shots to hide awkward transitions. It shows that human editing skill and creative judgment are still vital.
AI isn't replacing the editor just yet.
Not entirely. And things like lip sync, that's still really hard to get perfect. Often requires dedicated tools like Xfield was mentioned, just to tackle that specific complex problem and make it look convincing.
So, still requires a human touch and often multiple specialized tools.
Definitely. It's augmentation, not total automation, at least for now.
Wow. Okay, what an incredible deep dive into Nano Banana. It feels like the possibilities are just huge. From, fixing old photos to creating entire marketing campaigns or building custom apps. The potential for creativity, for efficiency, it's just astounding.
It really is. It's such a clear signal of how fast AI is moving, especially in the visual space. It offers you, the listener, that shortcut to being informed, but also genuinely empowered creatively.
And connecting it to the bigger picture, what does this all mean?
Well, I think tools like Nano Banana are blurring the lines.
Yeah.
The divisions between creating content, editing it, even developing simple applications, those lines are getting fuzzier and fuzzier.
So the skills needed are changing.
Absolutely. The critical skill isn't just knowing how to use one specific tool anymore. It's about understanding how to combine these different powerful tools in creative ways to get results that, honestly, were almost unimaginable just a short while ago.
And it raises interesting questions, too, doesn't it? About originality, about what constitutes art when AI is so involved.
That's the deeper thought, isn't it? As these tools handle more of the technical execution, what becomes the truly valuable human skill? Maybe it's curation, concept generation, ethical oversight, that unique creative vision. It's something we'll all be grappling with.
So what this means for you listening is, well, the future of visual content looks incredibly accessible, really customizable, and honestly, pretty exciting. It's basically an open invitation to jump in and start experimenting.
Go make cool stuff.
Exactly. You've been listening to the podcast of Philippe. If you enjoyed this deep dive and found it useful, please do help us out. We're trying to reach our goal of 1,000 subscribers, and we are really, really close.
Almost there.
So close. Thank you so much for joining us today, and we'll be back soon with another deep dive into the knowledge you need.